We see that in Kirtland as well. They built, they gave what they had. And we'll see as time goes by in Nauvoo, same thing. Maybe they were able to give and consecrate more because of the circumstances they were in. And when they were building the temple in Nauvoo, they didn't have quite the same persecution and difficulties. They were a little more insulated, at least at first. And then when they got to Salt Lake, where they were really insulated, what were they able to do? They were able to build an even more, magnificent or beautiful temple to the Lord. And so we can see the principle of give what you have being illustrated here. It's not that you have to give what somebody else gives, or you have to do what somebody else does. It's not that the Lord was comparing this temple to what David or Solomon had built, or what the Nephites had built today. The Lord doesn't look at it that way, and he doesn't look at what we do and the works that we consecrate to him in any comparison to anyone else. Just give what you have to give. Don't worry about the trials you're going through. Don't worry about the tribulations. The Lord's not worried about that. All he's worried about is, are you acting? Are you willing to try and give it whatever you have to give? And that's what Joseph's kind of speaking to here is, based on our circumstances, where we are today, we've done all that we can do. And it may not be what somebody else would have done, but it's the best we could do.
Please accept it.
Yes, please accept it. And we'll see, obviously, section 110, it is accepted.
He does accept it.
Yes, exactly right.
Well, and that's the next piece we're going to touch on.
Yeah, shoot, didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. That the temple is a place for the Son of Man to manifest himself. That's why the temple was built. That's why temples are built. For thou knowest that we have done this work, that the Son of Man might have a place to manifest himself to his people. So what's the purpose of the temple? That the Lord may have a place to manifest himself unto us. And as we see, that is exactly what happened in Kirtland. And then the temple continues to serve as that purpose for us individually. Now, not quite in the same way, even though he certainly could happen.
Yeah.
But the temple is still generally a pretty public building, so we don't expect to have necessarily that literal appearance, personal appearance of the Son of Man in one of the temples. So when and how does that happen? Interesting question. Because we know that temples, as you're saying, temples can look different at different times, at different places. A temple could be the tabernacle, Moses, like a tent. A temple can be a mountain. Mm-hmm. A temple at its most basic can be just an altar.
Yeah. Adam shows us that clearly.
Right. Adam, all he had was an altar that he built out of stone. He prayed to the Lord and he received heavenly messengers. That the Lord accepted it. Well, we learn today that the purpose of temples in this dispensation is we learn the truth that it's really to bring us back to that patriarchal order of Adam, to where we can turn our homes into temples. So the purpose of modern temples is to have a place where the Son of Man may manifest himself. But if he's going to manifest himself to you personally, it's much more appropriate, don't you think, that manifestation happens in your home.
Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.